हाय हेलो एवरीवन, मेरे बच्चा लोग, प्यारे बच्चा लोग, कैसे हैं सब? हाँ, एंड आई ऑल्सो वॉन्ट टू नो हाउ योर वीकेंड वॉज. जल्दी से जल्दी फटाफट डू लेट मी नो इन द चैट बॉक्स एंड डू ऑल्सो लेट मी नो दैट how energetic you all are for the session and how excited you all are for this amazing session which is going to be. Everyone, hi Harsh King, hi Preeti, good evening Adit, hi. So I can see that amazing love and with full of energy wala smiley. I'm doing so good, Preeti. Thank you so much for asking. Right, thank you so much for asking. Weekend was fine. Okay, good to know that. I'm also good and I also had a super amazing weekend. Now let me ask you this. How many of you whoever is here is ready to prepare for your term 1 examinations and to get a very good for your term 1 examination? How many of you are ready? How many of you are super ready for that? Because here we are at the second lecture of Crash Course where we'll be doing the very last and the second part of units and dimensions. In this particular session, we'll be covering the main definition and formulas from the errors and significant figures and rounding off, and we'll be doing so many multiple choice questions, because after the session, whenever a question is going to come from this particular topic, you are going to get full marks. I'll make sure of it. Miara, super duper ready. Sophia, hi, good to see you here also. Right? Mahima, Vivek, Swati, Sophia, Miara, I hope everyone is super ready and everyone is having a smile on your faces. So can you do one simple thing? Huh? Can I ask you a small favor, mere bacha log? So do share this particular session with all your friends and ask all your friends to come for this particular crash course so that we can learn together and get that 35 out of 35. Everyone do that small favor for me and to your friends also. Let's learn together and have a smile. Okay. So in the meanwhile, let's give them 5 minutes for them to come. In the meanwhile, I'll give you a brief introduction, whoever is seeing me for the very first time. So yes, this is Ameer, your physics educator at Unacademy, and who loves me more, who loves physics more, used to call me Ameer Bhaiya, right? And whenever we used to have that good bonding between us. A bit of introduction about myself. I hope you all can see on the screen. I have an experience of more than 3.5 years, BTech graduate from an IIT Calicut, and more about me you can come to know. And one more thing, okay, एक और बात है, I'm from Kerala, so I'm not so good in Hindi. छोटी छोटी बातें हिंदी में होती रहती है, which means I'll be talking Hindi in between so that you can make fun of me, but the conceptual explanation entire thing will be in English. ठीक है? And देख ले हमारा schedule for this particular week. Today on 25th of October we'll be doing units and dimensions, and on 26th and 28th, which is Tuesday and Thursday, we'll be doing the part 1 and part 2 of motion and dimensions. As you all know, every chapter has 2 parts where we'll be covering it in 2 parts. Okay, done. Then moving on, I know that there are so many teachers in this Unacademy class 11th and 12th where you don't want to miss any of their live classes. So if you want to get alerts and notifications on time, क्या करना है? हाँ, be wise and be a part of this Telegram group as soon as possible. I hope you all can see that link on the screen, है ना? So जल्दी फटाफट कर ले. Bugs Bounty program is a program actually made for all my bacha log by Unacademy people, and which means the we people, so that what you have to do, if you find any inappropriate content in any of the videos, you just want to report it. You can just go to the description box there, you'll find a form, fill the form if you're finding any inappropriate content. Bus. Now just give me 2 minutes, okay? After that, we will be completely immersed into this crash course. I'll explain about this Unacademy subscription features, okay? Why it is so important, so that you make the subscription right now. After that, it's simply crash course me and you. Fine. Okay. Now, in this subscription platform, okay, you all know that nowadays everything is available in YouTube. But the only problem with YouTube is because the content is there, but it is not in a proper order. But once you are being a part of Unacademy platform, we all teachers will be teaching with a proper schedule targeting board, JEE and the NEET examination. And we'll also make sure that every topic that is being taught in the class will be recorded and will be there in order so that you can access it. So what you can do, yes, you can keep track of all the topic that is being covered in the classroom. And once all these process happens together, the process of learning will become super simple. You will start falling in love with each and every subjects, and once you learn each and every subject with full of love, what happens? Yes, your marks is gonna get boosted up like anything. Then top educators of the country who's having a very good, amazing experience in this teaching field is already there with the Unacademy subscription platform. So they'll be telling you what are the examination pattern, what are the kind of questions you should be practicing, what are the kind of questions you should be expecting for this examination. You just follow them, right? You will be ending up in the colleges whichever you want to after your 12th standard. Then steady materials will be given to you, practice test and live test series will make you super duper confident and will bring out the best from every one of you. For all these super cool features, you should be going for the Plus subscription. For 12 months, it will cost you just 1250 per month. Again, do you need to pay this much? बिल्कुल नहीं, because Ameer Bhaiya ने दे रहा है आपको code AMB10 and use this code just to get 10% of discount and enjoy being a part of an academy with very less amount of price. Then I just want to tell you regarding this Combat scholarship test, right? It is going to happen on 30th of October. So if you are a part of it, which is going to happen on 30th of October, okay, you can be a part of an academy completely for free if you get a very good score in the scholarship test. Then now I'll just talk about Iconic subscription. After that, we'll just start with the classes. So if you want more features from whatever I have described in Plus subscription, you should be going for Iconic, because in Iconic subscription, some amazing features such as personal mentor. Matlab, a person will be assigned to you. He'll be telling you what to study, what not to study, how to study, what is your schedule should be, which means half your load will be removed from your shoulders and you'll feel a bit more easier in learning. Then live doubt solving classes will be there, weekly reports will be given to you. For all these super cool features of Iconic, for 12 months it will cost you 2333 per month. Huh? And kya karna hai? Use this code AMB10 and get 10% of discount and be a part of us. And right now this is the best time because 31st October, if you make the subscription, only for the first 500 subscribers, you'll be given extra 4 months of CBSE and Creative Corner subscription. So make use of it and don't forget my code also AMB10 and get 10% of discount. Okay, bus. Dun. Hi Thumber, hello, hi. With a smile. So bol de bacha log. Shall we start with the classes? Huh? Are you all ready? So you told electrostatic revision for class 12? Na. Kab main bola? 8 o'clock is for 11th standard, 10 o'clock is for what? For 12th standard. Yes, let's crack it with a smile. Notes available. I'll make it sure next time. Ayush, yes, let's do it. Super se upar aur. Okay, so yes, let's start with the very first topic of today's session, which is significant figures. So I want every one of you to make this particular opportunity to make your short notes, because I'll be giving you each and every important definitions and formula. So please note it down in your short notebooks. सबके पास है ना छोटू book? बोल दे छोटू book है ना सबके पास, मतलब हमारा short notes. So वो ले ले and start writing it in it. Jaldi. Starting with, what is significant figures? What are significant figures? Let's read the definition. Significant figures are the number of digits up to which we are sure about their accuracy. Another way of defining significant figure is, significant figures are the digits, once again, significant figures are the digits in a measurement, right, which are actually reliable plus one uncertain digit. I know that many of you are not so clear about it. Take, you want to measure the length of this particular rod. Okay, you want to measure the length of this particular rod. And this is our scale. Okay, and the scale is like this. And here this is a 14 centimeter of scale. Okay, this is first, this is second. So if you try to measure the length of this particular rod, you can see that it is coming up to 14, right? And this particular length is coming between 14.1 and 14.2. So what will you write? You will write it as 14.1, right? Till here it is correct. 14, 1 is correct. So you will be thinking that it is coming in between. है ना? So it will be like, so ये तो आधा ही हो जाए. So we can write it as 14.15. But is this value 5? Is it a reliable value? No, this is an uncertain value, because we are not sure about whether it is 5 or not. But the remaining 3 values, which means 14.1, all these 3 are certain values. So significant figures are called as in a measurement all those digits which are certain, okay, which we are confident about, which we can rely upon in this calculation. It is 1, 4 and 1. All these are reliable values plus one uncertain digit, which is our uncertain 5. So tell me how many significant figures are here in the calculation. So here we have 1, 4, 1, 5. Totally we have 4 significant figures. समझ में आ गया सबको what is significant figures, right? Okay. Now there are certain rules for finding out significant figures. Can you all see the rules? So jaldi fatafat, I think instead of writing down all these rules, it will be better to take a screenshot, है ना? What do you all say? जल्दी फटाफट एक स्क्रीनशॉट ले ले मेरा बच्चा लोग, आयुष, आमिर, तनिष्क, ठीक है? हाँ. Let us read through all the rules for counting out significant figures, which mean if a measurement is given, how to find out which all are the significant figures. देख ले. First one, all non-zero digits are significant. Matlab, if you are having a measurement. So in a measurement, if the value is written as 1, 2, 3.4, 5, 6, all these are significant figures. Okay, so tell me how many significant figures are there, mera bachcha log? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here also 6 significant figures are there. Tell me 1, 5, 6, 4.1. How many significant figures? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 significant figures. This is what the rule number 1 says, which means all non-zero digits are significant. What does it mean? It means that when 0 comes, it is not required that it will be significant all the time. देख ले, what are the rules for counting 0 as a significant? देख ले. Looking into the second, the zeros appearing between two non-zero digits are significant. देख ले. मतलब if 3.015, if zeros are coming in between two non-zero, मतलब 4002. How many significant are there? Here we have 4 because this. All these 4 digits are significant. So here we have 4 significant figures. Why these zeros are counted? Because these zeros are coming in between two non-zero digits. ठीक है? ये देख ले. Now we'll take another number. मतलब okay, 29.001. Tell me how many significant figures are there, मेरा बच्चा लोग? इसमें how many significant figures are there? How many are there? Very good. In this 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because these two zeros are coming in between two non-zero digits. So number of significant figure is equal to 5. Okay. Now let me write this. 29.00. How many significant figures? How many significant figures in this? Let me see how many of you are super intelligent in this. Very good, Abhimanyu. Very good. The answer is 4. It is not 2. It is 4 because for values greater than 1, isn't it 29 greater than 1? Please write it, because this is the part where everyone makes mistake. Write it, okay, in your short notebooks. For values greater than 1, okay, values greater than 1, those zeros to the right of a decimal, isn't this zero right of a decimal? Yes, this will be significant. Ye zeros significant hai, very important, because these are the parts from where people will be asking you the questions, because there is a maximum probability of giving you the wrong answer. ठीक है? So ye two zeros are significant. ठीक है? Huh? Okay, so yes, all the zeros to the right of a decimal for values greater than 1 are significant. Okay, इसमें explain करने के लिए कुछ नहीं है. These are rules, you just learn it as such. Okay, मेरे बच्चा लोग. Let me ask you, if the number is 1.0010, how many significant figures? बोल दे in the chat box. I am looking at it. Good evening, Ayush. Good evening, Ayush. In this 1.0010, how many significant? Alna says 4, Abhimanyu says 5, Abhimanyu says 5, Sniti says 5, Sadhana says, Anshuman says 5, Mahima says 5, Anshika says 4, Miara says 4. What did I just tell you? 4 values greater than 1. Is 1.0010 greater than 1? Yes, it is. All the digits to the right of a decimal. Is it significant or not? Yes, it is significant. So all these zeros are to the right of a decimal and the value is greater than 1. So this is significant and the number of significant figure is equal to 5. Okay, done. Okay. Now moving back to the rules. So this is what I was telling you. Trailing zeros after decimal places are significant. This is 6.400 has 4 significant figures. This was a rule we were explaining. Then the power of a 10 are not counted as significant. Matlab 1.4 into 10 power minus 7. Yeah, 10 power minus 7 is not counted as significant. So we only have 1.4 as significant. Okay. Next, this is very important. Look, the fifth one. If a measurement is less than 1. So while I was explaining the previous rule, do you remember what I was telling? For values greater than 1. Now dekhle, in the fifth rule, if a measurement is less than 1, then all zeros occurring to the left of a non-zero digit are not significant. Dekhle. I'll tell you how to do this. Matlab, so you have a value of 0.001. Okay, and what it says is if you are having a value less than 1, is this value less than 1? Okay, is the value less than 1? Yes, it's a value less than 1. In that case, all the zeros to the left of a non-zero digit, here we have 1, and to the left of it we have 2 zeros. These are not significant. These are not significant, but 0.0010, ye 0 hai na? Ye 0, this 0, the right to a numerical value. This is significant. This is significant. So very important. Okay, you can expect question from here. Dekh le, for values lesser than 1, dekh le 0.001, 0.0010, all these values are lesser than 1. Hai na? For those values, those zeros to the left of a non-zero digit, ye 20 not significant, but those zeros to the right of a non-zero digit significant hai. Matlab, here how many significant figures are there? 1. Here how many significant figures are there? 1 and ye 0, 2. Okay, I'll just put a, with a red color mark, I'll put a box over the significant figures. Okay, ho gaya. Okay, done. Okay, I'll talk about Zakir Gan, which means how to apply significant figures when two numbers are being multiplied. I'll just tell you. Okay, we just started the chapter, hai na? Okay, very good. So इधर तक सब समझ में आ गया है ना बच्चा लोग? बोल दे, सब समझ में आ गया? Okay, so we have explained all the rules. So if you can just want to copy it down, you can just copy it down. We have explained all the rules here. So let me start the questions. Okay, let us start the questions. Done? Ready? Ready for the questions? I want to see the energy. Let me see how many of my bacha log are super ready to give me the answers here and super ready for understanding more and more concepts about it. बोल दे, समझ में आया क्या बोला हो ना सर? मतलब आ गया तो आ गया, समझ तो आ गया ना? Yes. So give me the answer. The question is right in front of you. The question is right in front of you. Hi Ayush, Deed, Shreya, Tanishq, ready? Ayush says it is option A. Then Andoni says option A, Ayush says option A, Shruti A, Ayush, everyone says A. Very good. I hope you understood that simple method of doing this problem. So if a question is given like this, and if it is a multiple choice question, will you be doing actually what is 1 by 20 is? Those who are smart enough won't be doing, because in the question is the decimal equivalent of 1 by 20 up to 3 significant figures. What will you do? Yes, just go to all the 4 options and find out the number of significant figures and that value which has 3. In option A, how much? This is not significant, this is not significant. 500, how many is there? 3. So these 3 are the significant digits. So here how many? This 5, this 0, this 0, this 0. All these 4 are significant, because you know that for values lesser than 1, those zeros right to the right of a decimal and left of a non-zero digits are not significant. ठीक है, इधर 5 and 0 2, and here how much? 5 and 0, इधर भी 2. So which is the only option with 3 significant figures? Option A. ऐसे ही दे सकता है उत्तर. मिल गया तो मिल गया, आंसर भी मिल गया, मजा भी आ गया एंड मुस्कुराहट भी आ गया. अरे डी पे only 2. Okay, this is 5.0 into 10 power 1. Will the powers of 10 be counted in the calculation of significant? बिल्कुल नहीं. Wasn't that a rule which I have told you? Very good, Shivam. So how do you feel? Are you happy being in the classroom? Okay, so I want to meet with you. ठीक है, आप बैंगलोर आ जाइए. So shall we proceed, मेरा बच्चा लोग? Understood, Shreya Kumari, और क्या? So nice, happy. So make me more and more happy. Make yourself also more and more happy by giving me the answer for this. Jaldi. One of the simplest and super simplest and super coolest one. Abhimanyu says D, Alna says D, Ayu says D, Anthony says D, Aniga says D, then Sadhana, then we have, oh my god, Tanya, Mansi, Shreya Kumaria, Avinash, everyone is now active for giving me the answer for this. Very good. Don't worry, before 15 we are going to solve it, right? We'll complete the crash course as much as possible. Yes, it is option D, है ना? Whichever value you take, whichever number you take, how many significant figures are there in the first one? बोल दे बच्चा लोग. 2, 5, 1, 2, 4. 2009, how many? 2009. All the 4 digits are significant. Again 4. These are all non-zero digits. So obviously all are being counted as significant figures. वो भी 4 है, ये भी 4 है, because 10 power minus 4 is not counted as significant figure. So how many? In all the 4 numbers, the number of significant figure हो गया 4. उत्तर भी मिल गया, मजा भी आ गया. कोई डाउट है क्या? Which means, do anyone have any doubt from this part of significant figures? If not, we can move to rounding off, and after rounding off, I'll explain you the rules for significant figures or applying significant figures while multiplying, adding, subtracting and all those stuffs. So koi doubts nahi? Deep, Shruti, Sadhana, Avinash. Okay? Na, hai na? Okay. Now moving on. Keshav, abhi pooch rahe aap what is significant figures? So 10-15 minutes before I have explained you. ठीक है, so जल्दी से जल्दी जाकर what do you have to do? हाँ, जल्दी से जल्दी जाकर please watch the replay and understand. Now let us see what is the concept of rounding off. I hope you all know what is the concept of rounding off, है ना? Dropping a number, and while you drop a number, we are going to see what are the changes to be made to the remaining numbers. देखिए 25 point, we'll use yellow, dirty fellow. 25.67. How many significant figures are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Someone is asking you to round off this particular digit to 3 significant figures. Matlab, we have to drop this 4th one. So while dropping off a value, there are certain rules. So the first rule is, if number is Please write it down. I think everyone might be knowing, but it gets a bit tougher while you drop 5. So if number is greater than 5, what do you have to do? Yes, the preceding digit increase by 1. So I'll write PD. What is PD? Preceding digit increase by 1. Matlab, if you drop 7 here, this will be 25.6 will be increased to 7. This is the value. Ho gaya? Okay, done. Then next one. If the number to be dropped is, if number is lesser than 5, what do you have to do? The preceding digit, keep it as such. Keep it as such. Matlab kya hota hai? I'll tell you. If it is 25.63, number of significant figures 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to convert it into a value of 3 significant figures. Matlab, we have to drop this 3. What is the property of 3? 3 is a value lesser than 5. So once you drop this 3, should you be doing anything to the preceding digit? In this case 6? No. Leave it as such. So the value is 25.6 itself. aa gaya, samajh mein aa gaya? Okay, I can see that everyone is giving the answer. Avinash, Alna, Mansi. Hi Anurag sir. Good to have you here. So yes. Shall we proceed? Okay, ये सब छोटू concept है. Now, देख ले 25.652. How many significant figures we have? We have 5 significant figures. Someone is asking you to convert this into a significant figure of 3. Convert this value to which is having a significant figure of 3. Matlab, you should be having 1, 2, 3. The remaining 2 has to be dropped. Matlab, what are you going to drop now? You are going to drop 5. Now the rules get a pretty hard. So sun le. Don't ask me, sir, please repeat. Mujhe samajh mein nahi aa gaya. So अच्छे से सुन ले and please write it down. If number to be dropped is 5. Okay. If number to be dropped, I'm not writing the complete English sentence. If number to be dropped is 5. Okay, look into the number which it follows. What is the number it follows? It's a value greater than 2. If number to be dropped is 5 and if it is having a follower greater than 0, okay, 5 to be dropped and it is having a value after that which is greater than 0, in that case also preceding digit add by 1. Matlab, if you want to drop 5, look into the number which it follows. Here we are having a value greater than 0. In that case, when you drop 5, add the value by 1. Ye ho jayega 25.6 add 1. It is 25.7. Everyone started giving me the answer. Mansi, Shruti, Tanishk, Sophia, then aur koi de diya? Okay, very good, very good. So everybody knows this. Okay, now dekh le agla. This is very important, very important. Matlab, it is 25.6. Okay, then we have 5. How many significant figures are there? How many are there? Here we have 4. Now someone is asking you to convert this into a value of significant figures 3. What will you do? What will you do? You have to drop this 5. Hai na? But when you're dropping 5 and if you look at the number which it follows, is there any value? No, matlab 0. If it follows a 0 value, in that case, you just have to look into the preceding digit. Then what do you have to do? If it's an even number, leave it as such. 25.6 itself. Okay, but if it was 25.75, in this case, if you are dropping 5, as this is being having a digit of 7 to be dropped, which is an odd number, what will you do? You will increase the value by 1, which is 25.8 ho jayega. If it's odd, you will increase by 1. If it is even while you drop 5, you will keep it as such. Okay, class ka timing 8 o'clock. We just started half an hour before. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया बच्चा लोग? रूल्स फॉर राउंडिंग ऑफ, रूल्स का राउंडिंग ऑफ सबको पता चला? कोई डाउट है तो जल्दी से जल्दी पूछ रहे, डाउट नहीं हो जाएगा है ना, छोटू छोटू कॉन्सेप्ट है। आई होप एवरीबॉडी अंडरस्टूड इट विद अ स्माइल ऑन योर फेसेस। हाँ एमसीक्यू आ रहा है, एमसीक्यू आ रहा है, बट लिसन टू दिस पर्टिकुलर लास्ट रूल. Okay, give me 5 minutes and listen to this. This is very important, and based on this we are going to do the MCQ, and let me see how many of you are going to give me the multiple choice questions answer. 5 minutes के after multiple choice question देख ले. Now what we are going to see is how to add numbers, subtract numbers, multiply numbers, division, divide two numbers according to the rules of significant figures. देख ले. You have to add 25.32 plus 5.1. What is the answer going to be? This is equal to 24.13, which means 30.42. But if we have to add two numbers and express it in a correct way of significant figures, to correct significant figures, there are certain rules to be followed. Shall we see? Okay, shall we see what are the rules to be followed according to the significant figures when you add or subtract two numbers? देख ले. When you add two numbers, count the number of values after the decimal. In this case, how many significant figures are there after decimal? 2. After decimal, how many are here after decimal in the second? 1. And now compare among the two numbers, which one is having a least number of significant figures after the decimal? Which one is having? The second one. How much is the significant figures after the decimal? 1. In the final answer also, the number of significant figures or the numbers after the decimal should be equal to that of this least one. Matlab, we have to convert this into a value with only one numerical after the decimal. How can we do that? कैसे कर सकता है? कैसे कर सकता है? We have to drop this 2. So 2 is a value lesser than 5. So while you drop it, no changes to be made. So final answer 30.4. समझ में आ गया? Okay, समझ में आ गया? What you have to do? Count the number of numericals after the decimal. Right, so compare the significant figures after the decimal among the numbers that is getting added up. So here in this case it is 2 and 1. Okay, take the one with the minimum number after the decimal, it is 1, and apply this to the final answer. That's it. Perfect. With a smile. Ho gaya. These are the rules for addition and subtraction. Okay, addition and subtraction. There is a similar rule while you multiply or divide. What is the rule? When you multiply or divide, what is the rule? Let's see. I want to multiply 2.35 into 1.2. So 2.35, 1.2, 235, 2s are 10, 3 1s are 3. So almost, let's say it comes around 2.82. Okay, let's say. Fine. Okay, I'm not telling 2.82 is a final proper answer. I just made a random calculation. So dekh le. Now dekh le. In this case, what do you have to do? In this case, whatever are the numbers getting multiplied, write down the total number of significant figures, not the values after the decimal. Write down the total number of significant figures. How many are there? 1, 2, 3. And in the second number, how many? 2. Compare the values and find the one with the least number of significant figures. Isn't it 1.2 with how many? 2. So make sure that in the final answer also, the number of significant figure is equal to that of the least one. Matlab, you have to convert 2.82 with 3 significant figures into 2 significant figures. Matlab, you have to drop 2. While dropping 2, it's a value lesser than 1, sorry, lesser than 5. ऐसे ही drop कर सकता है, and the final answer is 2.8. हो गया तो हो गया, समझ तो हो गया, मजा भी आ गया. जल्दी बोल दे अच्छा. सिंपल सा, सीधा सा, छोटू सा कॉन्सेप्ट है. मैं तो बिल्कुल बढ़िया जॉन. Very good Abhimanyu, Tanishq, Myara, Mansi, then Shruti, Thambar. That's a good name. Then Mahima, it's not 2 point. Okay, you might be telling the answer actually. Okay, yes, it is 2.8 is the final answer. Go for it. Go for it, everyone. See and tell me the final answer here. It's very simple actually. So I have given one of the simplest question here. मक्खन क्लियर है सोफिया? और क्या चाहिए? People already started giving the answer. Wow, I have a bunch of students who are so brilliant here. So Ayush with A, then Antony with A, then Tanishq with A, Alna with A, Myara, Thambar, Devika, Thania, Abhimanyu, Vasu, everyone with the option A. Yes, you all are correct, right? It is the option A which is the correct. So giving you once again the rules for making the final answer according to proper significant figures. What do you have to do? Count the number of numericals or count the number of significant figures in the values that is getting multiplied. 3.124 has 4 and the second number also has 4. So here we don't have to compare and find the one with the least number of significant figures because I'm sorry bachalo, because both has the same number of significant figures which is 4. Okay? Now for finding out the area, what you have to do? Multiply length into breadth. That is 3.124 into 3.002. What is the rule of significant figures in multiplication? Yes, you have to convert the number of significant figures in the final answer equivalent to that of the least one among the numbers that is getting multiplied. Here, as both are 4, the final answer should contain 4 significant figures. So don't do the multiplication and waste your time in your exam hall. Just go for that option which has 4 significant figures. That is option A. मिल गया तो मिल गया, आंसर ऐसे ही मिल जाएगा. So significant figures, rounding off, addition and subtraction, multiplication and division according to significant figures. Done, done, done. Give me a thumbs up and a smile. Yes, Meher. Yes, it is option A. Give me a smile, bacha log, and do let me know that you all are super ready for the next question and the next concept, which means we are entering to the most important part of today's session, which is error calculation. Go for it. Ayush, clear. Devika with a smile. Yes, Palak with a smile. Very good. Then Ayush, Thania, Miara is making some statements in the class. Preeti, yes. Very good, very good, very good. Sir, my name is Ankush Rana. Okay, so keep your name as such so that I can call you in that way. One more question. So, okay, I'll give the question as such. Okay, I'll make a question. Will you be ready for that to give me the answer? So let the question be 3.5675 plus 1.21. Okay, what is the final answer? This, if you just simply add 5, 7, 6 plus 1, 7, 5 plus 2, 7, this is a 4 point. Okay, so this is option A. This is option A. I'm just making the options and questions and everything because you asked me for one more question. And let me say this is okay. So after 2, so we have to do this as 4.77. Okay, option C. Next is 4.78 and option D is 4.8. Which option? Option A we have, option B we have, option C we have, option D we have. Diva 4.17. Options, just give me the options. Just give me the options. Because reading the numerical value is a bit difficult, right? Thambar, Ayush, Thambar says option C. Yes, Myara, Mansi, then Ayush, Preeti, Devika, Sophia. Yes, very good. Alna, Myara, yes, everyone. Yes, very good, Anthony, Shruti. हाँ बिल्कुल मेरा बच्चा लोग. Yes, option C is correct, right? So when two numbers are getting added up, what you have to do? you just have to count the number of significant figures after the decimal. So here we have 4 decimal points and here we have 2 decimal. So what is the rule? In the final answer, there should be only be having 2 decimals, right? 2 numbers after the decimal point, which means you should be having here and 2 more. Matlab, you have to drop the 7. So here comes a confusion between point B and C. You can either go for B also, C also. So what is the simple confusion you will be having? If you drop the 7, you should be remembering that it's a value greater than 5. So the preceding digit has to be increased by 1. So it's not 4.77. वो हो जाएगा 4.78. Option C is the correct. Okay, done. Okay, Allah. Harsh King, Myara, Tsunami, Shreya. Good. With a smile. समझ में आ गया सबको? Okay, बोल दे. Okay, वो हो गया मेरा बच्चा लोग. तो कोई डाउट नहीं है ना? Okay. Next, error. Everyone listen to me on this. This is one of the important part of this particular chapter. And let me also tell you one more thing, because it is from this particular part where you can expect a question for JEE or NEET or for your board examination. Okay, because so many twists and turns will come. But now we'll be only discussing those valid points and make sure that you do write all those important formulas and all the questions. Okay, all the questions are relevant questions so that you can understand the concept to its depth. Make sure of it. Starting with the definition of error. The measurement error is defined as the difference between the true or the actual value and the measured value. इसका मतलब क्या होता है? देख ले. You have a rod. Its actual value is 5 meter. But once you try, which means this is LA matlab the actual length of this particular rod. But once you measured it, so measured length, if you get it as 5.1, can you see a difference is there between the actual and measured value? That difference, that is L measured minus L actual, matlab 5.1 minus 5. ये 0.1 centimeter है ना? This is what is called as the error in the measurement. That difference between measured value and the actual value होता है error. हो गया? Okay? Yes. Very good. With a simple smile. Is called as error. बिल्कुल बढ़िया मेरा बच्चा लोग. ये भी देख ले. One more important thing. It is not necessary that we will be knowing the actual length of a rod, right? So how can we find out the actual length of a rod from the measured values? What will you do? Someone is asking, your rod is given. Nobody knows its actual value. What will you do? I'll make the first measurement. Obviously, there will be some error. Again, I'll take another measurement, L2. There will be some error. Then I'll take L3. And as such, I'll be taking n number of such measurements. From those n measurements, how can I get a value which is almost that can be called as a true value or an actual value? Yes, what will you do? I will take the average of all the measured values, that is L1 plus L2 plus L3 till Ln divided by n. So this L bar, which we call it as the mean of the measured values, will be acting as what? The true value or the actual value. That's what is the statement here. What's the statement? Statement kya hai? The true value is the average of the infinite number of measurements and the measured value is a precise value. Understood? Which means if actual value is not known, what will you do? Yes, you will take average of all the measured values, which will be acting as almost an actual value or a true value. समझ में आ गया सबको? This is the simple basic part of error. And note it down jaldi se. All these things. What is an error? Okay. And what is a mean value of the measured values? Okay. Yes. Done. Yes. Clear? Very good. Okay, Mahima is asking a very good doubt. Very good, Mahima. Mahima is asking, what is... okay, I'll write it here itself. Okay. Mahima is asking, what is 6 into 2? You know 6 into 2 is 12, है ना? But according to what we have learned in significant figures, what you have to do? You have to count the number of significant figures in the numbers that is getting multiplied. This is 1. How much is this in the second number? This is also 1. So accordingly, right, if you want to convert this into a value of 1 significant figures, what you have to do? You have to drop this 2. But don't you think that if you drop this 2, 12 will become 1? But is there any sense for it? Sense nahi hai. So how will you do it? How will you do it? The answer is not 1. The answer is 1 into 10 power 1. This is equal to 1 into 10 power 1. How many significant figures are there? 1. And final answer is 10, which is a value close to 12. Alna, very good, very good. But we cannot write 1.2, है ना Alna? Because if I write 1.2, वो हो गया 2 significant figures. I cannot even write 1.0. फिर भी that be 2 significant figures. We have to write as 1 into 10 power 1. Then the number of significant figures will be 1. Understood? Ha, Zakir Khan, just now I have told you. The answer is 1 into 10 power 1. Haha, yes, I do remember. I thought you were the same person who asked me this. Someone was asking me when I was explaining about this error concept, hai which means, significant figures concept. Okay, dekh le. Now, shall we move on? Okay, now what we are going to see is, let me erase everything. Dekh le bachcha log. Okay, now what we are going to see is, based on the origin of errors, we are going to classify errors into 2. Can you see? Please write it down, bacha log. You will have to go through a lot through your NCERT book for getting all these information, right? So you can save a lot much of time. Write it down in your short notebooks, okay? Because these are very important and valid points. Errors are classified into 2 as systematic errors and random errors. So 3 different reasons for having systematic errors. One is instrumental errors. Matlab, while you find the measurement, if the instrument is having some faultiness, matlab, instead of having a straight scale, if the scale is having a bending, and if you try to measure the length of any material, won't there be some error? Obviously. Those kind of errors which is happening in instruments, we call it as instrumental errors. ठीक है. Second, wrong instrumental technique. matlab, for finding out the measurement and for doing so many experiments, we will be using the wrong technique. If you use a wrong technique, if you use a wrong methods for doing an experiment, obviously final answer will be wrong. So this is the second reason for having systematic errors. Third is personal errors. We all will be making, including me. I used to make so many errors while I was doing what experiments from my college BTech times, because of carelessness, right? So those careless errors or careless mistakes that human makes will be counted as the personal errors. Okay, then random errors are irregular errors because of unexpected reason. Okay, I'll explain you. I'll give you an we were conducting an experiment, okay, and at a particular time 35 degrees Celsius was the temperature of the atmosphere. Suddenly, after some time, rain started and it became 28 degrees Celsius. Temperature dropped all of a sudden. Matlab, the entire experiment, which was supposed to be happening at 35 degrees Celsius, now it is happening at 25 degrees Celsius. Won't there be an error happening because of the change in temperature all of a sudden? Isn't it? So these all are unexpected errors coming into our experiment because of no before information. So all those irregular errors comes under random situation. ठीक है? Okay, so छोटू बुक पे 2 कॉलम बनाकर लिख ले. Let me tell you once again, you have to go and spend lot much of time in your NCERT book, then only you'll get all these information which I am writing it simply in a simple PPT and giving it to you. So कर ले, okay? Sophia, Myara, Tanishk, Anthony, Shruti. Okay. Now, how to find out different kinds of errors? देख ले. I have made so many measurements of a length, which means someone is given you a length of a rod and someone asks you to find out its actual value and the error in the calculation. Okay, 1 minute बच्चा लोग. There is a power cut, give me a minute. I'm back. Can you all see me? Ameer sir ने भूत बन गया. There is a power cut actually. I'm also scared. I'm actually alone in my room, all alone. And the light is also gone and it's completely silence where only my inverters are making sound. Beep, 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 beep. Think of you just being in the situation where no one is around you, okay, and you are all alone. Will you be feeling scared in that moment? Will you be feeling scared? सर आपको ब्लडी मेरी के बारे में तो नहीं, अरे मुझे अभी तो पता नहीं होना चाहिए, which means I don't want to know about it right now, because other than ये light है ना, which is the lamp which is over me, it's completely dark wherever I look, even outside. Okay, so yes, let's learn from Andhera, because I think you might have heard so many stories, है ना, like about APJ Abdul Kalam and all. So in their houses there was no electricity and they used to go to the roads sitting under the lamps and used to learn. So yes, let's have an experience in that way. So shall we proceed? Now let's see how to find out the actual value and how to find out the error in the calculation. Okay, let us take an example. Someone has given you a rod and someone asks you to measure. So what will you do to get a value which is almost close as the actual? Yes, you will take one measurement, you will get it as L1. Then you will take another measurement L2, L3, and you will take n such measurements. For getting a value almost close to its actual value, क्या करेगा आप लोग? Yes, you will take the average value L1 plus L2 plus L3 till Ln the whole divided by n. ये हो जाएगा average value. Okay, now let us see what is absolute error. Read everyone, what is absolute error? Absolute error in the measurement of a physical quantity is the magnitude. Magnitude matlab only the numerical value of the difference between the true value and the measured value. Here we don't have true value. So instead of true value, what will you take? Just now I have told you. Yes, you will take the mean value. So what is the absolute error in each measurement? It is the difference between the measured value, here let's say L1, and the true value. True value is approximated as the average value. So the absolute error in the first calculation, matlab delta L1, that's how you express it. That is the difference between the measured value, that is L1, and the actual value. As we don't have the actual value, we will substitute it with the average. L1 minus L bar will be the error in the first measurement, and we write it as delta L1. And how do we pronounce it? How do we say this? We say this as absolute error in the first measurement. What is it? Absolute error. And how do you write it? Delta L1. Tell me bachalo, what will be delta L2? How do you read it? Yes, absolute error in the second measurement. How will you find it out? That is equal to the measured value L2 minus the average L bar. ठीक है? वो बैकग्राउंड में वो है ना, ये हमारा वो होता है, वो इन्वर्टर है ना, इन्वर्टर का आवाज़ है, वही है. ओके, आई होप थिंग्स विल बी कमिंग बैक। अरे करण आप कहाँ गया, जल्दी आ जाओ। ओके मुझे भी और मेरा बच्चा को भी पूरा दिक्कत हो रहा है। हेमंत इसी क्लास में आकर आप पैरेलल क्लास एक्सिस के बारे में पूछ रहे हैं। कम टू रोटेशनल क्लास। ओके लेट मी आस्क यू, दोज हु हैव read the definition properly would be giving me the answer. Okay, the measured value is equal to 5.1. Okay, the average value is equal to 5. Tell me, what is delta L1? Okay, let's say this is a 5.0 and 5.1. Then only there is a probability of you making errors, because once you make error, I'll tell you what is the simplest thing you might have made error, so that you won't make the same mistake again. ठीक है? What's the value? Is it 5 minus 5.1? है ना? L1 minus delta L1 is equal to L1 minus L1 bar, isn't it? According to our formula, that is 5 minus 5.1. ये हो गया 0.1 with a negative sign. Is the absolute error minus 0.1? Will we be writing it as minus 0.1? Alna, Abhimanyu, Ayush, Deeba, Devika, Shruti, Mansi will be writing as minus 0.1. बिल्कुल नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं. So you just go through this, the magnitude of the difference between them. मतलब you will put this in between two lines. इसका मतलब है कि you will be only taking the numerical value of the difference between two numbers. So that is 0.1. Okay? Yes? Done? Done? समझ में आ गया? Don't make the same mistake again when someone asks you what is absolute error. Absolute, that word itself says yes, the numerical value. ठीक है? Okay, good. Next, there is something what is called as mean absolute error. Mean absolute error क्या होता है? अरे, there will be an error in the first calculation, which is delta L1. है ना? देख ले. Delta L1 is the absolute error in the first measurement. Delta L2 will be the error in the second measurement, and just like that, delta Ln is the absolute error in the nth measurement. So in a measurement we have so many absolute errors. So how will you define a single absolute error for the entire measurement? Yes, you will take the average value of the entire absolute errors. How will you do that? Delta L1 plus, delta L2 plus, delta L3 plus, till delta n, the whole divided by n. So the mean of all the absolute errors calculated, we call it as a mean absolute error. Or kya Mayank? We'll be completing, this is a 1 month crash course which we are doing here. So whoever want to learn the complete physics will be here with me, so that we can do it. Okay, so that is what, yes, that is what our mean absolute error. Then what is relative error or fractional error? What is relative error? Mean absolute error divided by the mean value. Relative error or fractional error is equal to mean absolute error, I have explained you, divided by the mean value. हो गया relative error or fractional error. हो गया. Yes, very good Deepa, very good. And multiplying this with 100, relative error है ना, relative error or fractional error, you just multiply that with 100, what you will get is percentage error. Delta L bar by delta L bar into 100 will give you percentage error. हो गया. Now अब time हो गया multiple choice questions का. I hope you all have written down all these important formulas. बच्चा लोग नोट किया क्या हमारा छोटू बुक पे all these important formulas and the definition? छोटू बुक पे नोट किया? Okay, you are new. 8 o'clock for 11th and 10 o'clock for 12th standard classes. Into 100. Very good, Shruti. Very good. Note किया श्रेया, दीबा, मानसी, अनिका. Very good. बिल्कुल बढ़िया. तो questions कर ले. So here we have the questions. जल्दी फटाफट कर ले. The diameter of a wire as measured by a screw gauge was found to be 2.62 in the first measurements. Okay, this is a D1, let's say, first measurement. Then we have a second measurement, third measurement, and fourth measurement. 4 measurements were taken. Calculate the mean of absolute error. अरे थोड़ा calculations है ना? Noted in छोटू book. When I say chotu book, I won't feel that funny. But when I read whatever you write in the chat box as chotu book, I'll also feel funny a bit. Okay, answer. Anyone? Anyone? कोई भी नहीं? Nobody with the answer? It's a simple concept. Chotu concept. Okay, Preeti जा रहा है. Bye, good night. Everyone is doing the problem. Mansi says it's option A. Miara says it's option B. Miara says option B. Alna, then Palak, Anthony B. Noor, Fatima B. Sophia B. Now everybody has started giving me the answers. Shreya, Shruti says B. Then Sophia, Palak, Tanya. Very good, very good. Deepa, Shreya. So let's see. Right, the correct answer is option A anyways. Obviously, you can make some errors because I gave you very chotu time for doing the calculations. But within this time, you did it. I'm so happy because the calculation is a bit big, hai na? 2.620, 2.625, 2.628 and all these things. So how to calculate the mean absolute error? We have to go step by step. First, we have to find out the mean value of the entire measurements. How will you do it? That is D1 plus D2 plus D3 plus D4, which means all the 4 divided by 4. How? Thank God. Current तो आ गया. वो नुकसान वाला sound भी चला गया. Okay, so first we have to find out the average of all the diameters. Once you add it and divide it by 4, Momaya magic 2.625. I knew the answer, that's why I have written. I'm not so that fast in mathematics for doing this. Anyway, the final answer is 2.625. Okay, which means the average value. Now, have we completed? No. Nobody is asking you what is the average of all the values, which means even the chotu 5th standard student will be doing that. Hai na? We don't need 11th standard students for doing that. Then what do you have to do? Yes, we have to find out the absolute errors in each. So delta D1. Delta D1 is the absolute error in the first calculation. How will you find it? That is equal to first measured value, that is 2.620 minus the average value 2.625. ये हो जाएगा 0.005. Similarly, find delta D2, delta D3 and delta D4. I'm not doing the entire math. Add it up, divide it by 4, you will get the final mean absolute error as almost delta D bar is equal to 0.002. Almost you will get. Okay. हाँ 0.002 ही आंसर. हिंदी में ठीक है, जितना मुझे आता है मैं ऐसे ही थोड़ी थोड़ी बातें बोलती रहूँगा, लेकिन कॉन्सेप्ट तो आई विल बी एक्सप्लेनिंग इन इंग्लिश ओनली. ठीक है, ओके. अगला क्वेश्चन कर लें. ओके, सो इट इज अ कंटिन्यूएशन ऑफ द सेम. इट्स अ कंटिन्यूएशन ऑफ द सेम. मतलब द डायमीटर इज गिवन. द क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज द परसेंटेज एरर. So as the question is regarding the percentage error, someone is asking me to post these notes on Telegram. So today I haven't entered in such a manner I can save the notes. So many students were asking. So from next class onwards, I'll make the arrangements so that I'll be saving the notes after the class. Okay, and I'll share it with you in the Telegram. Okay. How many of you did this? Array percentage error formula. Everybody knows percentage error. Yes, the mean absolute error, that is equal to delta D bar divided by the mean value into 100. We have calculated everything. Good evening, Shreya. So everybody says option B मिल रहा है. Ayush says option C. Is everyone getting option B? अरे आयुष भी चेंज किया. So delta d bar कितना है? Delta d bar 0.002, 0.002 divided by the mean value. What is the mean value? 2.625. 2.625 into 100 है ना. So देख ले which one it is going to come. So 0.002 into 100 is equal to 0.2 divided by 2.625 है ना. This is almost gonna be, this is not 0.1, this is a value lesser than 0.1, a bit lesser than 0.1. So this will be, अरे 0.2 by 2, 0.2 by 2 is 0.1, this is 0.2 by 2.625. So obviously it's a value lesser than 0.01, a bit lesser than, so that is 0.09. Okay, yes. समझ में आ गया. So there are so many ways by which you can go wrong in this. So yes, that's why I just told you this. मिल गया. So understood how the option C is coming, not option B. Understood, Shreya? Deepa, yes, it is option C. अब तो I hope you won't make the mistakes. Okay. हाँ, ये तो होता रहता है because these are very minute calculations and you have to be so perfect. Okay, so what you have understood from here, right? Even though your concepts of physics are correct, sometimes you'll get the wrong answer because of calculational mistakes. So what you have to do, be more careful, more matlab बहुत ज़्यादा careful when you do the mathematics part. So that why you have to lose that 5 marks, है ना? 4 marks plus 1 extra negative mark for giving the wrong answer. So 5 marks ऐसे ही चले जाएगा for simple calculation mistake. Do let that happen. It is your hard-earned 5 marks. Okay. Yes. Shall we proceed regarding the combination of errors? Combination of errors matlab, right? When two numbers are added up, subtracted, divided, multiplied, how the errors are going to get transferred into the final answer. वही बात होता है in the combination of error. ये देख ले. You have two numbers, okay? You have two numbers A and the error in A is delta A, and you have a number B where the error in it is delta B. So if you are adding up A and B, or if you are subtracting A and B to get a new value of X, the error that will be transferred to X while an operation is being done between A and B, which means an addition or subtraction if it is being done between A and B, is the error in A plus the error in B. Even though number is getting subtracted, errors will always be getting added up in the final. समझ में आ गया? When you calculate the error, there is no negative sign anywhere. Okay, so in the error calculation, what simple thing I want to tell you is, right, don't make an error inside that. Okay, so I was not trying to crack a PJ here, which means a poor joke here. I was actually telling you the truth. While you find out the error, try to avoid all these simple chotu errors. Learn that errors, I'll write it if you want. Write it in your chotu book, everyone, bacha lo. Errors will always gets क्या added up. Okay, लिख ले. My handwriting is bad, I know that, but you write in a very good handwriting. Okay, when two numbers are added or subtracted, right? So to the final answer, the errors are going after addition. Delta A plus delta B. Okay, now देख ले. Now if X is equal to A into B, or X is equal to A by B, you are finding X by multiplying A and B, or you are finding X by dividing A and B. Whatever is the operation, whether it is multiplication or division, the fractional error in x, delta x is the error in x is the actual value, is equal to, the formula is delta a by a plus, whether it is multiplication or division, delta b by b. Note it down. Very important. Okay, Palak. Sure. Ho gaya. Errors will get always added up. These are the rules for addition or subtraction of two numbers, and these are the rules for multiplication or division of two numbers. Do listen to the concept in an amazing way, because questions are going to come right now. Okay, yes. Now a twist is going to come. A twist matlab, let's say we know that x is equal to, if x is equal to a into b, right? You know that x is equal to a raised to 1 into b raised to 1. A raised to 1 into b raised to 1 is ab itself. Here in the calculation, we'll be writing it as delta x by x is equal to delta a by a plus delta b by b. Actually, even though we write it as delta a by a, it is actually written as 1 into delta a by a plus 1 into delta b by b. ये 1 क्या होता है? What is this 1? It is actually the powers of a and b. ये power of a and b होता है ये 1 here. Okay, so that actual 1 was actually invisible. So to where it is going to be coming as visible, देख लें. If x is equal to a square b cube, this is equal to delta x by x. If it was 1, multiply it with 1. So if it is 2 as the power, that is 2 times delta a by a plus, what's the power here? Yes, 3 times delta b by b. Okay, done. Done. Okay, before going to the question, one more thing. We'll make it more complicated. देख ले, if x is equal to a cube b raised to 5 divided by c raised to 6. अरे बाप रे, क्या हो गया है sir? So how will you find the error in this? देख ले, delta x by x is equal to, don't forget to multiply it with the powers. So 3 times delta a by a plus, what's the power of b5? So 5 times delta b by b. Arre, we have one more thing on the division. Is it minus 6 times delta c by c? Is it correct? Bol de. Is it minus 6 times delta c by c? So I'll be teaching except Wednesday, Saturday and Sunday. Is it correct? 3 times delta a by a plus 5 times delta b by b minus 6 times delta c by c. ये करेक्ट है क्या? करेक्ट बोल दिया तो मैं मारेगा, इतना मारेगा बच्चा लोग. एरर्स सब्ट्रैक्ट हो जाएगा? बिल्कुल नहीं. एरर्स विल ऑलवेज गेट added up. Okay, yes. Okay, so don't forget, never ever have a negative sign while the calculation of error. किधर भी नहीं and किधर भी नहीं हो जाएगा. Okay, it always gets added up. Okay, now tell me, are all the concepts in your brain? Are all the concepts dancing in your brain? Okay, can you put that dancing formulas and the concept to do the multiple choice questions? Huh? Can you do that? If you all can do that, we can start with the multiple choice questions, and here we go. Yes. Okay. N times Harusai. Okay, so don't you want to do the multiple choice question? Go for it. Easy है तो कर ले. Easy है तो कर ले. Perfect. I'm ready. Bye, Black Rose. What's the time? Sorry, not what's the time. What's the answer option? Anthony Kamsos says it's option A. Okay. Ayush says it's option B. Then Abhimanyu says it's option C. Okay. Last 5 seconds to post your answers. Jaldi bacha log. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And yes, the correct answer is option B. How to do this? Error in the measurement of a radius of a sphere. So how will you write the error, the percentage error? Delta R by R into 100. This is given as 1. Okay, so just write down whatever is given in the question so that confusions can be avoided. Then the error in the calculated value of its volume. What is the formula for volume? 4 by 3 pi. 4 by 3 pi all are given constants, r cube. So V is directly proportional to the cube of R. How will you find the error, fractional error? Delta V by V is equal to, the R is having a power of 3. So how is it? 3 times delta R by R. Isn't it? Yes. And the question is to find out the percentage error. So delta V by V into 100. If you add 100 on the left hand side, add 100 on the right hand side also. So ho gaya 3 times delta R by R 100 into value de diya hai 1. So 3 into 1, 1, 2, 3, 3. So the percentage error in the volume ho gaya 3. So these are the application level questions you get from this part of errors. हो गया तो हो गया, आंसर तो हो गया, मजा भी आ गया. जल्दी बोल दे. एनसीईआरटी क्वेश्चन, अरे और क्या, एनसीईआरटी क्वेश्चन नहीं करना है क्या क्लास पे? हैं? बिकॉज वी आर गोना राइट एन एग्जाम विच इज कंप्लीटली बेस्ड ऑन एनसीईआरटी. तो करना ही करना चाहिए, करना ही करना चाहिए. तो अगले क्वेश्चन ये कर ले. Next, same concept. Mahima Yadav says B, then Ayush says B. Others? Answers jaldi. Zakir Khan, Do Khan. C. Then Shruti says B. Then we have Mansi with B, Black Rose with D. Mansi says B. Okay. Yes, Shruti, Devika B. Zakir says C. So the correct option is option B. 8%. Shall we do? The percentage errors in the measurement of mass, delta m by m into 100, is given as how much? 2. Okay. And the percentage error in speed, delta v by v into 100, that's given as 3. These are the given values. Write it down. How much will be the maximum error in the estimation of kinetic energy? So whenever things are given and someone is asking you to find out the error in a different physical quantity, what you have to do, try to write that physical quantity in terms of the physical quantities where the errors are already defined for them. Here mass and velocity was the formula for kinetic energy. In terms of mass and velocity, half mv square ho gaya. Now it's very simple, hai na? Delta k by k into 100 is equal to 1 by 2 is a numerical constant value where it cannot have any error. So that is equal to delta m by m into 100 plus v is with a power of 2. So don't forget to multiply with the power while making the error calculation. So 2 times delta v by v into 100. Substitute the value. Delta m by m is 2 plus 2 times delta v by v into 100 is 3. हो गया 6 plus 2 8. हो गया तो हो गया. समझ में आ गया सबको? बच्चा लोग बोल दे. हाँ सर, बिल्कुल समझ में आ गया, अच्छे से समझ में आ गया. ओके, यस. ये कर ले. The one last question for today's session, and okay, one more concept is there. We'll be doing that also. Then we'll stop our session. Jaldi. What's the answer for this? Answer, Sanika says it's option B. Then others, answers, still, where are the answers? Ayush says B, then I'll wait for one last person to give me the answer. Kunal says option B. Okay, let's do it. We know that R is equal to V by I. Whether it is multiplication or division, we know that errors get added up. So delta R by R into 100, the percentage error in resistances, delta V by V into 100 plus delta I by I into 100. Isn't it very simple? Yes. What is delta V? The error in the voltage. So plus or minus whatever value is given, that will be the error. So here in the calculation of V, red color use कर ले, देख ले, V पे what is error? This is V plus or minus delta V. So the error is 5. 5 by V का value, what is the actual value of V? 100 into 100 plus delta I, error in I, 0.2 by I, actual value of current, that is 10 into 100. So ये हो गया 5 plus 0.2 into 100 by 10 is 2. So ये हो गया 7%, option B. Any doubts in this? I don't think so anybody can have a doubt in this. It's a direct, simple question which is completely based on the formulas we have learned. So have you all noted this down, बच्चा लोग? बोल दे. कोई डाउट्स नहीं? ठीक है. तो बोल दे, नोट किया क्या आपका छोटू बुक पे? All these questions, all these are very relevant questions which is completely based on concepts, and this will help you understand the concepts to itself. So that's why I'm choosing those questions which is totally dependent and on to the concepts. Noted? Done, Ayush? Yes, Zakir, Miara. Okay. One last concept. The one last concept is regarding least count. ये क्या होता है? What is this concept of least count? Least count, the smallest measurement that can be measured accurately by an instrument is called as least count. जल्दी बोल दे. What is the least count of our centimeter scale? It starts from 0. What is the next measurement or the next division that is being given here? Yes, that is 1 millimeter, isn't it? Between two divisions, the minimum value that can be measured is 1 millimeter. So this minimum value that can be measured using an instrument, उसका नाम है least count of that particular instrument. समझ में आ गया? हाँ, watch का 1 second है least count. We'll also see what is the relationship between least count and an error. Very important. This is very important. You are asked to find out the length of this rod. It is very important. Everyone, बच्चा लोग सुन ले. So I'm using a scale. Okay, and here it became 14. This is the first one, and this is the second division. Third I say हो रहा है. मतलब, what will you write? This is the end of this particular scale is coming in between 14.1 and 14.2. So some will be writing the value as a 14.1 because it comes in between a 14.1 and 14.2. Others will be writing it as 14.2 in centimeters, है ना? Yes. मतलब, for the measured values, you can see an ambiguity of how much. What is the difference between the two measured values, 14.1 and 14.2? That is 0.1 centimeter or 1 millimeter. मतलब, whatever is the least count of a given instrument is, that itself will be the minimum ambiguity that we can have, minimum confusion that we can have in the measurement, and that confusion का नाम है error. Matlab, with a given instrument, the error that is possible, that minimum error that is possible from that is equal to its least count. Whatever is the least count, वो होता है हमारा error from that instrument. हो गया बच्चा लोग, हो गया? हो गया? So yes, I hope things are I think the conversation is completely regarding yesterday's match. Obviously everyone is feeling bad for it, but हमारा मैच भी हो रहा है ना, हमारा टर्म 1 मैच भी होने जा रहा है. So let us get prepared and let's not lose the faith of our parents and our own faith on ourselves, है ना? Okay, so the very last question for today's session, and here we go. जल्दी. सर आपकी एज कितनी है? मैं तो about I am 45. Give me the answer. Abhimanyu says it's option A. Others? Write the formulas and get it. Anika says, sir, maybe B. Okay. So people are like, sir, wanna do? I'm too lazy to do it. If you want the option, I'll give you the option B. If you want, you can take it. So yes, there you go. Percentage error, how will you calculate? Delta L, sorry, here it is time, hai na? Delta T divided by T into 100. So the least count of a stopwatch, just now I have told you, whatever is the least count, that will be delta T or the error, 0.2, divided by the actual value. The time of 20 oscillation is measured as 25. So the time is 25. So while you make a measurement of 25 seconds, there is a possibility of error that is having 0.2 values multiplied by 100. हो गया 100 by 25, 4 into 0.2, 0.8. इतना सिंपल कैलकुलेशन में हाउ कैन यू मेक अ मिस्टेक? वो ये हो गया हमारा काम. Yes, it's option C. Yes, Alna Akriti, I think now many are giving. Yes, cute girl Khashish. Yes, option C. Kunal says C. बहुत कम लग रहा है, पता नहीं. Maybe God gifted है that I'm looking younger than 45. Happens. So how many are here without who haven't liked the session? जल्दी बोल दे. Who haven't liked the session? जल्दी से जल्दी बोल दे. And instead of telling what you can do, yes, you can simply show some love towards physics and Ameer sir by clicking on that like button and letting me know that you all have enjoyed the session, understood all the concept, and you all are going to leave the class with a simple smile on your faces. Okay, so that is the simple purpose of liking the session, and what you all have to do is simply move the cursor and yes, click on it. Very good. So let me tell you, for those people who want to make the subscription, this is the best time. If you make the subscription before 31st of October, 4 months of a CBSE and Creative Corner subscription is given. And if you want extra 10% of discount, what's the code? Which code you want to use? That is AMB10. Let me tell you one more thing. So other class 11th science batch is going on, crash course for term 1, the other batches which is happening in our app as you can see. And one more thing, tomorrow special class is there, which means not tomorrow, today what's the date? I'll just tell you, today is 25th, hai na? So on 25th, 26th, 27th of October, which is on this Wednesday, there is a class going on, okay, on the entire revision MCQ series, MCQ series of which? Yes, work, power, energy chapter. So if you want to make a complete revision of the chapter of work, power, energy, right, on 27th of October, come and join the special class on 27th, and the time is going to be at 4:30 p.m. at 4:30 p.m. on 27th of October, revision MCQ series on the topic of work for energy. Don't miss it. And those who don't know, yes, we'll be doing almost JEE topics also and the questions, right? Those who don't know how to join for this special classes, I'll just give you a deep idea on it. You just have to download the Unacademy learning app, log into it. There on the top left corner, you will see a menu button. Click on it, click on special class. Just put on my code. This is the unlock code AMB10 and get into the special class. Okay, so I'm not today. I'm already tired, too tired. Okay, so yes, thank you so much. Special classes are so much fun with real-time interaction chat box, then quizzes, then leaderboards. It's going to be so much amazing. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for being here, making the class so awesome. I hope you all have liked the session, and don't forget to share it with your friends. How many of you did that? That's a small chotu help you can do to your Ameer. Okay, you can share the session with your friends, like it, just to say that, sir, you did an amazing job. We all have understood all the concepts. Then don't forget to subscribe so that you'll get all the notifications whenever a new video is being uploaded, whenever a teacher is taking a new live class. Okay, song आज नहीं, अभिमन्यु मेरा गला तो बहुत खराब हो गया. Next day, tomorrow I'll sing. Okay, पक्का. Yes, Mahima, you can ask to all your colleagues and your friends also, because I'll be taking all the topics for JEE also when extra sessions are going on. So thank you so much everyone for being here, making the class so awesome. We all will be meeting in the next class tomorrow at 8 o'clock with a new chapter. Tomorrow's topic, I think I have told you, it is motion in one dimension, right? So units and dimensions crash course is over. Tomorrow we have, so don't forget it. So be here at 8 p.m. in the Unacademy class 11th and 12th. Bye everyone. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. And